Hello and welcome back to our 6th episode in our Let's Play series of Voxel Tycoon. I let the game run for just a little bit after our last episode in episode 5, and I noticed that our industrial building here was actually running out of wood. It went to green, yellow to red, and I wasn't really sure why. I was watching the lumber trucks come in, and they would stop here and then leave with 5. So I did some digging around, and just to show you in case you ran into this problem yourself, I clicked on logistics, and it said vehicles can unload, and it just said iron ore here. So I was a little bit confused, looked around, clicked around, then I saw that there was a gear icon here and it said output to this building. And that was not highlighted, or I didn't have a green bubble here for this industrial building. And I think that was because we had a separate in-range freight station maybe, or it was, I'm not quite sure why that wasn't enabled initially. So I set that, and now it looks like it's actually receiving some lumber, but we are falling way behind on this, and that's not great. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Hopefully some more trucks show up soon and drop off the wood. Problem is they would come all the way here, run all the way home with a full load of wood, and then come all the way back. So this hasn't been receiving wood for quite some time, but at least hopefully now it's getting some, and this will even out once we get more and more wood trucks coming in. We have 5. That would help if I just looked at that number here. We have 5 wood trucks coming in, and that's good, but I mean it's about to hit 0, so we'll see what happens when these guys show up, and hopefully we can start to build this back up and we can get into their in-storage numbers as well. When Lab 1 finishes up with gasoline engines 2, I think we can start replacing some of these trucks with the better version. I think they go quicker, and they also carry more, which is everything we need right now, since we're just not able to keep up with the demand. But I have a feeling now that I've clicked that fixed it. I'm sure it's when I remove some building or something, and I screwed something up. So that's something to check in your game if you ever run into a thing where clearly it should be working. Just pay attention to the vehicles and make sure it's actually unloading, because that was not happening for me in my game. Let's see, this guy is doing great. We are not overly satisfying his needs, but it's not terrible. How many are we delivering? 5 trucks here as well. Yeah, lumber's just a busy thing for us, unfortunately. We also have the planks coming in here. I could split out a new freight station here, but I kind of like, I don't know. I'm sure we have the potential to deadlock here if we keep making this avenue more and more used. So we might want to look at spreading that out. We could also think about maybe transporting lumber to a central point like we talked about last episode, and then from there branching out like here. We're just not keeping up with the demand. The trucks are showing up, it just takes them forever. How many are we doing here? We're only doing 4. And I know we tend to have loading time issues already, but let's copy another 2. And that will cause more of a delay. Hopefully it spreads out over time, and we can get this little bubble into green, because right now it is firmly in red. And keeping an eye on this. Okay, we're going in the right direction, so I think we fixed that. This guy's in red as well. How many? Yeah, we just have so much iron demand, and we're not providing it well enough. And I'm sure part of it is the amount of trucks we added here is really slowing down this queue. Is there something to be said for... Oh, that won't really help us much. We might be able to... Okay, let's do some building to ease some of the load here. If I go like this... and I build a new freight station here. That's in range of both somehow. Cool. Did I just mess that up? I did. Darn it. This one will only be in range of 1. That's okay. I don't really feel like it's justified in rebuilding it. I should have gone 1 square up, and then it would have been in that entrapment area as well. But hopefully the game, I guess, splits it well. Now that I'm only playing from 1 versus 2, we'll see. I might have just botched that by not clicking carefully, but we can fix that as time goes. Okay, so I guess my thought was anything that's on the south side of the map will go here, and the north side will go there, and that should split our loading time by quite a bit. So you are being from here, so that's Iron to William. Okay, so I just have to change one vehicle, and they all change. Is that right? I think so. So if I click on you and I edit this, instead of going to Crown Point North, I'd like you to actually go to Crown Point Branch and load, and then you'll no longer need to go to Crown Point North. Okay, and we'll save that, and then for you come into Oskaloosa Southeast here. So this iron, I can click on you. I want to edit you. I actually want you to come here instead of. Oh, no. What am I doing here? This needs to edit. And I want to add a stop. You're going to go here. Reload. I had that right. I just was a little bit afraid. And get out of Crown Point North, please. Save you. Okay, cool. That should fix that. And then let's get... I think I'll leave it at four trucks for right now. I think once we do this, it's going to be a lot better. I could be completely wrong. I feel like that was a good play, though. And then you are still coming from the north. I don't think that really matters anymore. We have some cash to burn. We could build a tunnel across, but, I mean, there's a road right here. And they have to come in from the north anyway. So I'll leave you pointed towards Crown Point North, and this Crown Point branch will just service the southern, which I guess is just Crown Point and Oskaloosa at this point. You'll be in charge of providing those guys with the iron. Okay, so if let's speed it up for a little bit here. We're also waiting for our research to end. Okay, so still quite a bit of traffic here. Are we going to see them cut here now? Yes, okay. Don't go up. Awesome. We are doing what we wanted to do. We hit the in-storage already for this, so hopefully this demand... We're only at 30%. Maybe that just takes some time to update its stats. And this already feels like it's flowing much better. I guess similarly, we could do something down here for our southern lumber requirements, but that's just here so far, and this is just so far out on the other side of the map. I'm not that's the one that we're already hitting in storage, so I think we're okay for... Maybe we should have done something different for planks. I could build a road here and make it just for planks. That might speed things up. But as we wait for our research to finish, I feel like this is flowing a lot better already. You only loaded 3 of 5, which means you are probably competing with him. Okay, we are running out of iron again. So we learned last time I can just plop in another mining facility. Let's make them all face the same way. Too close. Yeah, that's fine. They're not really level at this point. There we go. That should up our output quite a bit. These guys should be full by the time another truck comes. We're not quite there. But maybe this will build up, and we're pulling so much iron out of the earth right now. 5. Let's watch this for just a second. 5. And then there's just a whole lot that come all at once. If I did the load full command, we could block this road back and it would over time fill up. But this might actually be a scenario where we want one more iron mine. And see, this one is only probably hitting Crown Point Branch. Yeah. And so now this is actually doing okay. Maybe I need another one for just Crown Point North. But we'll leave it alone for a bit and see if it catches up or not. I'm still showing this as red, which surprises me. I don't understand why. I thought we had way more in here than we do. 5, 5. Maybe they're just clumped together and then we drop a whole lot and that's why it's staying in bad. That could be, maybe. How do we fix that, though? Coal is looking good. We're overproducing coal by quite a bit. Iron down here is now bad again. Oof. Okay, so this business has no extra storage. We are oversupplying wood planks. That's okay. I'm right that we are, we filled our warehouse with wood planks. We need another business to open up that requires it. Hey, this is yellow instead of red now. This is still red. That bothers me. Is it going? Nope, still shows bad. We might need to create a couple more vehicles on this line. So let's look at this. And let's do maybe 2 more. Okay, so we just added 10 more iron per rotation into that. That should help that out significantly. Everything else is going green, so or yellow, or from red to yellow. I think we're stabilizing, which is good. And I'm not really seeing too much traffic build up anywhere. I'm looking around. This is still an issue. We might want to redo this at some point, especially if we have to produce more than the small amount of wood planks that we are right now. But other than that, things are flowing well. I think I'm just going to keep plugging along here while our research goes, and there's got to be a better way to do research, because the fact that I'm waiting... Oh look, we overfilled our iron capacity. Now we're waiting on coal. So coal is our blocker. Okay, so let's buy 2 more of the coal. Alright, we doubled the output of our coal production to this area. I'm not really understanding. It requires 6 and I'm only loading in 5 at a time, so that's 2 truckloads every time to get it over. But I thought if I had a warehouse it would just pull from it. And that warehouse isn't in range, so maybe that's my issue. But it seems a bit odd to me that I have to wait for a truck to drop off for the research to continue. We have enough cars coming in at this point that it's actually going towards the research more often than not, so I guess it's not terrible. But yep, and once this coal drops off, this will immediately start. Yeah, okay, so it was just a coal issue, and that's why we were able to build up so much where we were. Okay, let's just keep looking, see if we see any problems, anywhere we need to address. But so far, everything is looking well and flowing well. We'll get our new engines here, and I think we'll just build up capital and then get ready to buy our next area. I think research is kind of going to point us in what our next purchase decision is based off of the resources it provides. So like, this guy gives stone. We don't really need more iron yet. We don't need more coal. This gives copper, which we'll need to get into for circuitry. So we might go here next. And then we'll definitely be wanting to run trains, because that's a incredible distance to cover by car. This is already kind of pushing it. We might want like a, I don't know if this is north, we might want like a north-south line at some point. But I have never played with trains in this game yet, so I'm sure there's going to be a substantial learning curve for me to get over and for me to understand. I'm not sure if there's like chain signals or just stop signals or what that looks like. And I imagine if I'm able to deadlock myself with roads, I'm sure it'll be even easier with trains. So I'm sure we'll have some learning opportunities to get through. Okay, yeah, those extra trucks are helping quite a bit here. And it's helping here. Citizens are celebrating. It's now a town. Sweet. Congratulations, Oskaloosa. Welcome to the big leagues. Oh, one thing we could have looked at this whole time that we probably should have is our passengers. I'm sure we have some, oh, maybe not actually. And I don't know if passengers are a function of availability or... Okay, so this one has 13, and we can only do 10 at a time. And we are over providing iron bars. That's good to hear. We caught up to that one as well. Okay, so this one, Williamstown Southwest. Passenger to Williamstown Southwest, and this is in Crown Point. So this one needs another... We'll let him go. Yeah, that should help quite a bit. And then you want to go to Glenwood Springs, which was this one. Do we just double up all of our transports? I mean, I'd rather not have people waiting, not that it really matters. Demand increase. Thanks to regular supplies, business grew. Glenwood Springs now accepts more wood planks. Oh, you upgraded. Now you're level 3 because of the population. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. I'm just going to double up all at this point, and I'll do it from my less busy garage. So there'll be one there, there'll be one there, one there, and then one here. And I'll release all of you. Now everybody has 2 buses in a line. We've doubled our passenger capabilities. I'm sure that means we'll have buses transporting less than a full load half the time, but that's okay. At least we're cutting down on the wait times, maybe? Okay, let's pause. I think we're done with our research. Sweet. Alrighty, we've made a lot of progress already this episode. We need to choose our next research. Gasoline engines 2 are done. So let's start a new research. We could do copper smelting, but we do not have copper yet. What does it require for us to buy Fillmore? 1.157 million. And that's just a singular town. See, I think the game keeps expanding, right? Like, I can't pan over more to the right, but there's a city here called Fallon that I can't even really get to with my camera, but I see it, and it's like just in the corner. So I bet when I buy this, the camera expands out further to the right and I can see more. But I guess I could pan down too and see. I don't know. Okay, so Fillmore has a demand for wood beams and wood planks, which we can make both of. We're only making the planks right now, but I have a suspicion we might be running a train line, a long train line all the way over here, or we'll do like a drop-off point. Ooh, can we build through water? So many questions. Okay, but we don't have any copper ore, so picking this one would be a poor decision. We could get through manufacturing and do that now while our desire for copper ore is low. I'm sorry, iron bars is low. That might actually be a cool play. Mining 2 would be fun, but we don't have any wood beam production, and we could do that pretty easily. Rails 2 gives us a depot 2, a freight station 2, a passenger station 2, and a beam bridge. So I guess building over water is going to require a bridge. Makes sense. Roads 2 gives us better freight stations. And when they say like freight station 2, is it just a larger entrapment area? Is this how I up my unloading and loading speed? I don't know. We could get steam engines, and that just requires coal. This is the improved version of the basic steam engine that has much less steam loss factor and better reliability. Together with strengthened tanks allows more effective power production. Okay, cool. And again, that's only coal. I might even just build another research lab down here rather than trying to figure out logistically trucking it all the way back up here. Diesel engines, that's another one that requires iron bars. And that would just make us go straight to diesel, but this looks like it consumes diesel. Oh, I don't know. Steel smelting requires iron bars as well. So iron's becoming very, very important. We could up our storage. And we can get another lab, but that requires circuits, which we are far, far away from. So manufacturing opens up all this other stuff, but I think that's probably something I want to hold off on. I don't really want to build the beams yet. We might do that at the end of this episode or at the beginning of next one. I have no stone for rails, so that's a no-go. No stone for roads. I could do steam engines. I could do diesel. And I could do steel smelting. Oh, interesting. So I take the already smelted iron, I add coal back into it, and then I get steel out. Nice. No real demand for steel from anybody yet. And again, don't have the beams and I don't have the circuits. So it's looking like it's either diesel, steam engines, or that's it. Or manufacturing too, which I think I'm going to hold off on. So let's go with steam engine. I don't want to jump to, maybe jumping to diesel is the better play, but I feel like we're going to not have money for a while, given we have to buy a new area soon. Okay, so steam engine it is. And how do I really need to figure out how to get this research to be more consistent. Is this a thing where I can do the unload load trick thing again? I'm sure that's not what the developers were thinking, but maybe I'm wrong. And I mean, we've got extra coal here in the bank. Let me build a lab here. It's 104k. Oof. I guess it really doesn't matter too much where I place it. And okay. I want somewhere that won't get in the way of everything. Alright, if I build a station here, it's 25k for that. I will buy an AA truck, which is the crappy version still, but it's cheap. And man, before I did that, I should have just maybe built a warehouse first and seen if it pulls from the warehouse. I feel like we already tried that though, and it didn't work. But I guess for science, let's try it again. So I'm going to build a warehouse here. I want you to load up on coal, please. And then I'm going to build a lab. I'm going to check the lab right here. And I'm just going to let you... Oh! Each lab has its own research. So you can research multiple things at once. Well, that's nice. What are we doing? Steam engines on you? Okay, you just straight pulled from the warehouse, didn't you? So that's the trick, is just warehouse. Okay, now we know. Easy enough. I could have another lab here and this would just screen past, but I would like to save up money to buy our next area here. Fillmore will be nice too, because it gives us a reason to overconnect or start building the beams, which we'll need for research as well, and also more plank option. And then I think it'll encourage us to do rail, because right now we're doing just fine on road. But Greenwich is right there, and it supplies lumber. That's not all that exciting, huh? You do iron. How much are you though? 1.1 million. Okay. Iron plate. Shit, we can't make iron plate at all. Is that manufacturing too? It is manufacturing too. And metal fabrication. Oof. And a press. Okay, but ooh, actually, right? Hold on. We already have iron ore here, and they are. I'm pulling coal from somewhere, and I shouldn't be. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start a new research on you, and you're actually gonna do manufacturing too. I guess that was yeah. Hold on, so am I only able to do one research at a time? No. I don't know what it's talking about. Okay. Weird. Yeah, no, I'm scalping coal. Oh, right, because we're bringing in coal here. Duh. I guess I could have just built a second lab here, but that's a long way to... Okay, so once this one stops, I'm definitely going to click the... Alright, you're actually in charge of manufacturing too. Yes. And this one keeps going. So yeah, each lab independently researches its own thing. That's cool. Alright, now we're just a researching powerhouse. Go us. We are probably not going to get to this. Maybe we'll get to it before the business shuts down. Who knows? And we have a reason to use all of our excess iron that was building up. And here, yeah, this worked out well for us actually. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna let this keep going through. I probably won't start the next episode until these two researches are done, given that we really don't have much more to optimize. I mean, we could always make things better, but for the most part, I think we're in a pretty good steady state, and we're just gonna wait for the technology to come through for us to start building out new things. Hopefully I have enough before the beginning of the next episode to actually buy something new and work on a new area. But we also need to work on our wood production, because this is all kinds of not great right now, and get ready to start building beams, because we'll need that for both research and for our play into the copper ore area. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I will do my best to get to you, and I hope you enjoyed episode 6? I think this is 6. And I'm looking forward to episode 7, which should be out soon. Alright, you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.